Hila said that she promised to hit 4 3-pointers.
Yeah, she had 5. She lied.
I know. But just, I guess, you're still kind of learning her a little bit, but just the confidence that she has to tell you that and then deliver on that as well.
Yeah, I told her, I was like, well, first of all, last game we just did she had it going, she's 4 for 5, and we just did a really poor job of finding her. And I told her that I was going to try to be a little bit more intentional to get our group to really look for her, but she needed to take the lead and be aggressive, because I do think she passed up some open opportunities on Monday. Now she came out and she kept us in the game in the first half because she was the only one getting it going, and then she finished the game. The kid has knowledge. She's experienced, high IQ basketball player, and she's just going to continue to get better because she works her tail off.
Is that international experience
so.
kind of coming to the top here a little bit?
Yeah, I think so. I think she's 21 years old and has played basketball for a really long time, and she shoots the heck out of the ball. I mean, when she shoots it, I just think it's going in every time she shoots it, and her understanding the pace of the way the game is supposed to be played, the spacing, and I think she'll be the first one to tell you, like, she won't take a bad shot. She will pass up a good shot for a better shot, and she makes our ball team pretty good.
Kiki is probably just your typical shooter who's going to continue to shoot until she can find a rhythm.
Absolutely.
And is that kind of what happened in the fourth quarter there?
Yeah, and she hit the first one, and you could tell that she was gonna find a way to get the second one off, and we tried to run a pin down on the backside for a third in a row, but I'm proud of Kiki's growth. She actually came over to me and she said the old Kiki would have stopped shooting. So Kiki is working hard to there's always a mental side of this basketball game, and it plays with you, and Kiki's just worked extremely hard, and in practice I tell her, like, any shot that she takes where her feet are set is not a bad shot for our team, especially the way we can get to the offensive glass right now.
And just the minutes from Avery with Kendall and in foul trouble tonight.
Yeah. Huge. Lana and KP kind of got unlucky a couple times, and they've got to be smarter in certain situations, but they did get unlucky with a couple of calls. And, our packages with Avery aren't as big as they are with Lana and KP, just to kind of protect her. And, I called a play out of a timeout, and then I changed my mind because Kiki hit 2, and then I've got Avery's head spinning out there, so I've got to do a better job of really protecting her and not putting her in those situations. But to play in the third quarter, the amount of minutes that she did in a row, and then to come in and, she made big free throws. She got her hands on ball. She changed shots at the rim, got a couple defensive rebounds, and she's gonna get better because she works. And I've said what I said. I think the kid has a really good opportunity to be a really special player here.
I asked Kiki and Hila this after Monday, obviously frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
Said you guys watched a lot of film. Just how intentional were you in the practice those next 2 days to kind of get the result that you wanted tonight from not just the scoreboard, but from the results or the effort standpoint?
Yeah, our effort was great. And even going back to watching the tape on Monday, our effort was fine. It was just our unwillingness to do what we were asking. Today we were a lot more intentional. Now the execution wasn't there, but we were more intentional about doing what we were asking them to do. And look, that's a good ball club, and we've got a brand new basketball team still trying to figure it out. And we're no matter how many times you practice and play against the guys, that you've got to get game reps and game minutes, and we're trying to figure out who works best with whom still. And but our group to kind of respond. Tuesday was a mental day. A lot of film, a lot of defensive breakdowns. And I don't normally lead the film sessions, but I did that day, and I think they kind of took that to heart. And Kelly does a great job with our offense, and AP does a great job with our defense right now. And I think it's going to continue to evolve and get better because we have a group that wants to evolve and get better. And as long as they still are hungry to learn and grow and grow together, I I like this group because we got some kids who can score the basketball.
You talked about basically, still having a new team. Everybody that played tonight except McKenna basically played 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I know your primary goal is to win the game. How much of this is also you trying to figure out what rotations and lineups still work best before you get into conference play?
Yeah, for sure. I think that's what the non-conference is about. Trying to figure out your rotations, who plays the best with whom. I don't know if who and whom is right there, but we'll just go with whatever I said. Kenna's still on minutes restrictions. KP's there too. Taylor Feldman was at about 15 minutes today, and we kept her there. But because we're a team that wants to play fast, us playing, Ela 37 minutes is probably a lot. But as we start to get more pieces together, I think that, those numbers start to drop because we have depth. And we've got a group that can, we got a lot of pieces who can score the basketball. And we're trying to figure out how to put them together at the right time and for us to have the most success.
And then last from me, obviously Hila had a big day. Kendall had a big day, but I think one of the unsung heroes too was Tara Day, just her ability to do everything on the basketball court, create open shots, get to the basket. Just what did you see from her performance today?
Yeah, Tara she's just a hooper. And sometimes I think she's at Rucker Park just out there just hooping and getting a bucket, right? Like getting a bucket, getting downhill, wrapping around, making a pass. She's just more athletic than a lot of people on the basketball court at most times. And, the next part of her game is really evolving to kind of see the whole piece. And she hasn't played the point. And we've kind of thrown her there, and she's done a solid job because she just competes. Like the kid is just a hooper and competes her heart out. And it's like that every single day. Our biggest trash talker in practice, but the first one to pick her teammate up. And she's just somebody that's like super contagious personality to be around. And when she's got it going competitively, it gets everybody's juices going.
Coach, you mentioned being intentional, on the defensive end. Still a work in progress, but did you feel that tonight you were making the right decisions as far as the ball screen coverage?
Yeah, I think I liked our idea to kind of cut under some drivers and over top of shooters, and look, Ava got it going, and we didn't have an answer for her. She's a kid that likes to live in the mid-range, and she hit 3 threes. She was getting her with her hezzies, her pullbacks, her rip-throughs, her gets to the rim, and with Lana and KP in foul trouble, and our bigs having to press up a little bit. The more they pressed up, then they throw it to 6'10" at the rim. I think, hopefully one day we can get there, because I've watched the men do that quite a bit with Zach. They're just get in trouble, throw it at the rim, and they were able to do that a couple times to us. But that's just part of our evolution, and we've got to continue to get better. I thought our intentionality of what we were trying to do was better. Now the execution wasn't always there, and that's why it's game 2 and it's November 6th, and we'll keep working on it to get better.
Coach, how do you defend the hesitation move?
You got to stay solid. It's tough, especially when a kid can shoot it off the bounce the way that kid had it going tonight. It's tough. It's the mid-range game is something that a lot of kids don't have these days, and she definitely had it going. But you just got to stay solid. You got to trust your feet and make her take tough shots. And even when we did make her take tough shots, she knocked them down tonight. Give her credit.
Did anything surprise you about how confident Avery looked? This was the first time we saw her, get some big-time minutes, and then her first bucket coming over on a hook shot over a 6'10" center couldn't have. Yeah,
no way. No, it didn't surprise me at all. I've seen Avery in practice every day, working against our guys, battling against our guys, and I thought we did a really poor job of putting her in some really tough situations on Monday. And then I thought we were more intentional about getting her the ball on the opposite block so she could have a little bit more space. And Avery's got to learn, angles and all that, but she watches a lot of film with AP and is getting the extra work. And game 2 of her college career, I still think this kid has a chance to be special.
Coach, and then lastly, from game 1 to game 2, did you like where the energy and the collectiveness?
For sure.
was tonight, and is this something that you can just sort of look back on moving forward and like, hey, this is where we need to be speed-wise, intensity-wise?
Yeah, we just got to keep building on it. I told him, like, let's be pleased but not satisfied. Pleased that we won, but not satisfied with a lot of things that we can continue to clean up. And like I said, I think we got a group, like, if you go in the locker room before we walk in there, like, they're talking, okay, what did we do? What did we do right? What did we do wrong? Like, they're doing that without us because they care so much. And this team wants to be good. And they let us coach them hard. They let us push them till probably when they think they're gonna break. But they're tough kids. They're resilient young women, and I'm proud to lead them right now.